Hello everyone, welcome to Apple Pie, and in today's video we're going to be talking about these two triangles. Now these two triangles are a bit special. They have some unique properties to them. They're used a lot in geometry and trigonometry. So let's get right into it. Let's start out with this one here on the right. This is referred to as the 30-60-90 triangle, of course, because those are the angle measurements, 30-60-90. And these are the ratios of their side lengths. So this is 1, the shorter leg is 1, the hypotenuse is 2, and the longer leg length is the square root of 3. Now, what's going to make this make a lot more sense is if we think about each one of these triangles not as triangles, but halves of regular polygons. This triangle here is half of an equilateral triangle. If you were to draw another congruent triangle like this next to it, then you would have an equilateral triangle because this length would be 2, the side length here would be 2, and this bottom length would be doubled 1 and 1 to make 2. And of course your angle measurements would be 60. This one would have two 30s to make it 60 and another 60 over here. So that makes this an equilateral triangle if you were to double it. So that can also make it a bit easier to think about if you have, these two side lengths. This doesn't look too intuitive to have 1 and 2 here. This should, be something more complicated because it's the hypotenuse. But if you think about it in terms of half an equilateral triangle, it can make a lot more sense. And now this one over here is a very similar case. This is the 45-45-90 triangle, of course, because those are the measurements of the angles. And the leg lengths are 1, 1, and the hypotenuse is the square root of 2. This one is pretty simple to think about if you know how to use the Pythagorean theorem. You have lengths of 1 and 1, so c squared is 2, so square root of c, or just c is square root of 2. And you can think about this triangle as half of a square. If you drew another one coming up here, with the vertice there and the two legs across, you'd have a square because this is 90, this angle will be 90, and these would be two 45s here, and all the side lengths would be 1. So that's the deal with these measurements. Now, where these can be applied is when I say that these side lengths, these are the ratios of side lengths, not the side lengths themselves, is because, of course, any triangle has different side lengths. But if you have this case, then the ratios of these lengths would be the same. So if this side is 1, then this side will be 2, and this one will be root 3. But if this is something different, say 10, then this one will be 20. You can multiply each one of these measurements by 10. This will be 10, this will be 20, this will be 10 times the square root of 3, or the square root of 300, I think, yes. So that's the special deal with these triangles, is anywhere you see them, you can get the ratios you can get the other two side lengths if you have 1 and these angle measurements. Because, if this length here is 5, you can multiply, this is 5, this one has to be the same, this is also 5, and this is whatever you're multiplying by, call that x times the square root of 2. So this is essentially a side length 1x, 1x, square root of 2x, 1x, 2x, square root of 3x. That's pretty much all there is to these two triangles. They have these special properties. They can be used in problems. They can be kind of compounded on each other, where you have one of these, then a 30-60-90 triangle drawn on top of it like this, and then maybe another 45-45 triangle like this, and you're given maybe one measurement and you have to keep working through the rest of them. But that's really all there is to it, as long as you remember that these side lengths are ratios to each other and not concrete numbers. Thank you all very much for watching this episode of Apple Pie. Of course, as always, if you have any questions or things you want to go through again, go ahead and leave those in the comment section below. I'll be able to get back to you and help you out with whatever you're struggling with. You will notice between each one of our videos, there's some things that change around with like lighting and sound and all that kind of stuff. That's just because, as we get our channel up and running, we're still kind of working through, kind of ironing down details of how we do our videos and how we make them the best. So some things will change around, but as we keep going, that'll slow down as we develop our style and get it down really well. So thank you for watching. Subscribe down below, like and comments for more content. We have a Facebook page up and running you can go check out. Plenty of ways to stay in contact with us. So thank you very much.